Hey guys, it's Love Saloom here, and I am super excited to show you my new big rig bracelet. This bracelet was inspired / based off of Brett. He is on Instagram as the_looming_center. I actually just did his Norwood bracelet, which was super awesome, but that is how I came up with this one here. So I hope you guys like it as much as I do. To make this bracelet, it did take me approximately 190 bands, depending on your wrist size. So without further ado, let's get started. To make this bracelet, you need one loom, one C-clip, and your hook. You will need 2 bar pins because we're only going to be working with these 4 pins back here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then these 3 right here in the front. So I did just remove that back bar pin. Also have your arrows facing in the right direction. It just makes hooking a little bit easier. I'm going to use white, 2 different color blues, and red today for 4th of July. So to get started, we are going to be laying what I'm going to call like the outside bands, which are always going to go from out here. I may even refer to them as border bands. It's just a habit with outside bands. And then these in here will be our inside bands. So to start laying on the outside bands, I'm going to start laying my blue, my light blue. There's no twisting. We're just going to lay one from this pin here out. And we're going to do the same from this pin here out to here. Just like that. Now we're going to start our inside bands. I'm going to start with white. So I'm going to lay one from there to there. One from here to here. And now we need to go in the other direction, going from here to here. And then from here to here. Just like that. So it's like an M in the middle. Kind of looks like a W too because of the ends, but that's like a M in the middle. So the reason I didn't lay the white and then the white there and then the white and then the white there, which would be easier, it just makes the hooking process easier, and you'll see when we start hooking. So that's why you should always lay it that way first and then that way. So now we're going to go ahead and add on cap bands. So we need just a double cap band on these 3 pins here, and I'm going to use dark blue for that. So just wrap it around your pin 2 times. You can use your fingers or your hooks, whichever is easier. And excuse my hand for a moment because I know it's going to get in the way. So this is what your loom should look like right now. And now we can go ahead and start hooking. So what we're going to do is go inside of each one of these pins and loop these bands back out. So we're going to go inside this first pin here. Push back on the double cap band, grab the very top band, and you're just going to bring that forward over here, just like that. And now we're going to do the same on this pin here. So we're going to go inside, pushing that cap band out of the way, grab the very top band, and you're going to bring that to the same pin that we just brought the other one to. Just like that. And if we would have laid it the other way, like I was saying, we wouldn't have been able to loop this one yet. We would have had to loop over here. So that's why you should lay it like that. It just makes it easier. So now go into this middle cap band. Once again, grab the top band, and you're going to bring that to this pin over here. And we're going to do the same on this right pin. Push the cap band back, grab the top band, and bring that to that pin as well. Just like that. So that's not too hard to do. Now we can go ahead and loop our end ones. So go inside the cap band and just loop that blue forward. Doing the same on the right side. Loop that band forward or to the right. Like so. So now I'm just going to turn my loom around so you can see what I'm doing. If it's easier for you, just reach behind. You can do it that way as well. We need to bring the bottom layers up on these 2 pins here. There should be 2 bands that we're bringing up and over. So just grab the very 2 bottom bands and bring them up. Do the same on this pin, grabbing the 2 bottom bands and loop them up. Turn your loom back around with the arrows facing to the right. push down your bands. And we're going to go ahead and add on our next layer. So I'm going to start with my light blue again, laying my outside bands. One on the right side and one on the left. And now we're going to lay our middle bands again, our upside down V's or our M shape, however you want to refer to it. I am now going to go to red. So I'm going to lay them both going to the right, like facing to the right first. And then I will go back towards the left to close that M shape up, like so. Now before we add on our cap bands, what we're going to do, and we'll do this for the remainder of the design, we're going to bring the bottom layer up and over. So starting on the left hand side, grab the very two bottom bands, which is your cap band, and we're just going to bring it up and over. Doing the same on the middle pin, grabbing the two bands, lifting it up and over, and now doing the same on this right pin, just bringing that cap band over. So it just should be in the middle there. You can turn your loom around. And now we need to loop up the middle bands again. So we're going to just grab the two bottom bands, bringing that up. Doing the same on this one, bringing that up. We do not do these two yet. We have to wait for there to be 4 bands, and then we'll bring the two bottoms. So for now, we just do the middle. Turn your loom back around with the arrows facing to the right. You can push them down a little bit. And now we're going to go ahead and add on our double cap band to these 3 pins here. So just make sure it's wrapped around 2 times. And now that we have our double cap bands on, we're going to go in and loop our bands back to themselves again. So remember, we're going to get inside this double cap band, grab that top band, and bring it forward. Going inside the second pin, grabbing the top band. You're going to bring that up to the left to that one. And now we're going to bring these 2 red ones up to that one. So just push back your cap band and bring that band forward. And do the same on this one as well. So it should look like that. And now we can do our outside blues. So I'm just going to go in and grab that band and bring it forward. Doing the same on the right side. Like so. So now we have them all loomed up, and we need to bring the bottoms up and over again. So I'm going to turn my loom back around. Starting on the right, I'm now going to just keep going all the way across, bringing the very 2 bottom bands up and over. Make sure you're getting 2 bands each time. Like so. I'm going to turn my loom back around. It's much easier when you're just doing it yourself because you can just tilt it forward a little bit and just reach behind and bring it over. But I just want you to see what I'm doing, so that's why I'm turning it around. But that is what we're going to do for the entire bracelet. So we're just going to keep doing that same pattern. So lay your outside blues first. And now we're going to add our middle band. So I am going to actually go back to white since I'm alternating. So I'm going to lay my 2 to the right. And now my 2 towards the left. Like that. And remember, now we have to remove the bottom layer. So we're going to grab the 2 bottom bands, which is the cap band, and we're just bringing it up and over on each 3 of these pins. And now we need to bring the backs up and over just on these 2. So I'm just going to reach around the back this time, since you know what I'm talking about. Grab those 2 bands, bring it forward, grabbing the 2 bottom bands on this pin and bring those forward. And now we can go ahead and add our cap bands once again onto our front 3 pins here. So I'm just going to add those on quickly. These are double cap bands. And now we can go ahead and loom them out. Going in the cap band, grabbing the top band, bringing it forward. Going in the second pin, doing the same thing. You just want to make sure that if for some reason you don't lay the bands like how I did, I laid it going to the right, to the right, to the left, to the left. You want to make sure if you don't lay it like that, that you pay attention to where you're looping these. Because if I laid the white going here and here, and then here and here, I would have to loop this one, and then I would have to loop this way, and then go that way. So, I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but hopefully somebody knows what I'm talking about. But just try to stay with laying it how I am, because it just makes looping easier, and that way you won't mess up the design. So, back to the bracelet. Now we can go back into the cap bands and loop out our light blues. Like so. And now we need to get all these bottom bands looped up and over. So you can just reach around the back or turn your loom around and bring the bottom 2 bands up on all 4 of these pins. Make sure you're only grabbing 2. And now we can go ahead and do that all over again. So if you did see the Norwood bracelet created by Brett that I just posted, it's very similar except we are doubling the middle. And it is a little different as far as looping over the bottom bands. But it's very similar, very similar. So, okay, so we laid our outside bands. Now I'm going back to red to lay my middle bands. And now we need to bring the bottoms up and over. And we need to bring the bottoms up and over on the 2 middles. So I'm just going to reach around and bring the 2 bottom bands up and over. Push it all down. Add on your triple cap band. Or no, I'm sorry, double cap band. To all 3 of your pins. Like so. And go ahead and loop them out again. And then I like to go in the sides and loop out the blues. Once it's all looped up, remember we have to bring the bottom bands up and over on the entire back row. So I like to just reach behind it, grabbing the 2 bands, and bringing them up and over. Just like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it a few times instead of keeping on explaining, because I feel like it's so repetitive. You probably will pick up on it fairly quickly. I'm sorry that my hand gets in the way. I really hate that, but I unfortunately don't have a way to not do that. Alrighty, so I feel like you should definitely have caught on to the technique so far, the pattern I should say. If you have not, don't worry, you can certainly rewind and watch the previous instructions. We do the same thing over and over again. So as you can see, it's growing out of the bottom, so you can just go ahead and give it a tug. And you can actually start to see the bracelet starting to form already. But just keep giving it a nice pull as it continues to grow. And then I will go off camera, finish up the length of my bracelet, and then I'll come back and show you how to finish it up. So I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, so I did go ahead and finish up the length of my bracelet. So now we can go ahead and get it closed up together. But make sure that you have completed looping everything up and over. So basically you want to be ready to lay your next layer, except you're not going to. We're going to just close it. So with that being said, you should have 3 cap bands on all 3 of these pins, which means there's only 2 bands on these front ones. The back ones also only have 2 bands on all of those. So if your loom looks like this, we can go ahead and get it closed up. So what we're going to do is bring these 2 outside bands that's on the end but up here on the right, we're going to bring those down to the middle down here. Well, to the outside ones. So starting on the right, I'm going to just remove these 2 bands and I'm just bringing it forward. Doing the same on the left side, just grabbing these 2 bands and bringing it forward. Like so. So now with these 5 pins, I'm just going to take 1 blue band and I'm going to stretch it across, or around, I should say, all 5 of these pins, like that. And now we're just going to bring all the bottom bands up and over. You may have a hard time getting all these at once on these 2 end ones, so I just grab the first top 2 and I bring that over, and then I grab the bottom 2 and bring that over. Now going to the middle, grab the top or the bottom 2, bring them up and put that behind the pin. Doing the same on the right side that we did on the left. Bring those top 2 over and then the bottom 2. Like that. On the back side, we need to do the same thing. So we need to bring these two bands up and these two bands up. So just grab hold of those two bands, bring them forward. Grabbing the other two and bringing them forward. So everything should be in the middle. There should now only be one band on all of the pins. So what we're going to do is bring these two back ones into the middle. Just like that. So we brought the two back ones down here into the middle. And now we're just going to add these two into the middle. So grabbing the right side. Be very careful not to lose that band. And now bring the left side. I'm going to help guide it with my finger so I don't lose it. Just like that. So now what you can do is you can add your C-clip onto here. I know there's 5 bands, but it does fit. That's how I did my other one. Or you can grab another single band. If you like it really tight, your C-clip, then you want to pop it onto here, which is what I did to this one here. See, it's like super tight on the right side where my thumb is. But if you want it a little looser, you can slide your hook down into the pin, put one side of your band on, pull it up and through the bands like that, so it's all the way around all of them, and then place the other band on your hook like that, and this is where we will attach our C-clip, right onto this band. Now this is going to make the attachment part looser, so if you don't like looser, you're going to want it on these bands that are on the pin. But now that I have my C-clip attached to that band, I'm going to pop it off of the loom and pull it all the way out. Give it a stretch. I absolutely love this design. I think it's amazing. And you know what? I forgot to tell you guys it's reversible. So that's super cool also. But anyway, to clip the other side, just locate your C-clip. And down here on this side, that middle band in here, you'll see it sticking out, that very last one. You're just going to slip it through there, like that. So, like I said, this makes it looser doing it the way that I just did. You could also double loop that band that we just put through, but it'd be fine when it's on your wrist if you felt like that is a little bit too loose. So anyway, let me zoom out a little bit. So there you have my completed big rig bracelet. This is probably one of my favorite designs lately. I just think it looks so super cool with these colors and clean. And this is my 4th of July bracelet. So hopefully everyone likes it. I wish I could have actually had this posted beforehand so you guys could wear it tomorrow. But anyway, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you have not done so already, please also hit the subscribe button below. Here is the back side. I just wanted to show you quickly. So that wears comfortably as well. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget you can check me out at Loves to Loom on Instagram. Don't ever hesitate to tag me because I would love to see your designs. Also, you can check me out on Facebook at Loves to Loom as well. So thanks so much for watching. I think I've done enough rambling. You all have a happy and safe 4th of July, and I will see you at my next video. Bye!